Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today it's another phone video, but what I'm showing you, I think it's quite interesting. This is what I've been working on this week. This is my take on a missing link Ultra Magnus, or my response to the G1 Legacy Optimus Prime. I'm gonna get that one. Missing link's not in my budget at the moment, so that's the one I'm going for. And this is the armor I've made to fit that Optimus Prime. Let's take a 360 look at this Ultra Magnus. So I've stuck quite close to the original Ultra Magnus design, so all of the details I've tried my best to capture here. And as you can see, true to the original Ultra Magnus, there is a gap here for Legacy G1 Optimus Prime. So as you can see here, there is a sort of a truck-sized cavity that that Optimus Prime is going to fit into. Then the arms wrap in. There's a space for a hinge here. Once I fitted him into this cavity, I'm going to measure where the smokestacks sit, because they look like they're on 5mm ports. So I'm just going to pull the smokestacks out, install the hinges with 5mm pegs, and then just sort of snap it into where the smokestacks would be. And that would sort of fit the Legacy G1 Optimus Prime in this Ultra Magnus armor. I did install LED eyes in this Ultra Magnus because the helmet is just hollow and big enough. This is just a pretty cool thing, I thought. The eyes are way too bright to be captured on camera, so it sort of takes out all the details in the face, but that's what it looks like. In person it looks dimmer, but yeah, that's how it looks like. So with this Ultra Magnus being missing link inspired, of course we're going to take a look at the articulation I've managed to put into this toy. So first off, the head is on a peg, as you could see before. So it's on a peg, and it's also on a up and down hinge. The arms are on a sort of a port, so they swivel 360 degrees. The shoulder armor flips up, like so. That would accommodate outwards movement for Ultra Magnus. Folding it back down, he does have a bicep swivel, a bend at the elbow, around 90 degrees of bend, wrist swivel, and then opening fingers, and a hinge at the palm. Rotation at the waist. This flips up to accommodate for the kick upwards, around 90 degrees as well. Flip it down. Let's remove this. It's going to be quite loud if not. This thing flips out, and you're going to have around this much of outwards bend. Swivel at the thigh, bend 90 degrees at the knee, and then sort of an ankle tilt. Yep, so here he is with MP Sideswipe's gun. Size comparison. Here he is with G1 Hot Rod. So as you can see, he is significantly smaller than the original G1 Ultra Magnus, but I think this is appropriately sized for when you want to accommodate the Legacy G1 style Optimus Prime. For a modern action figure comparison, here he is with Hot Rod, and here he is with RC. So while not being as big as G1 Ultra Magnus, I think he is appropriately big to be an Ultra Magnus toy, in the way where he sort of still towers over his teammates. Another gimmick in robot mode is that, as you can see when I turn him around, there's no cab. In the original Ultra Magnus, of course, you have to have the white Magnus cab tabbed in, and then the Magnus head fits over the original Optimus Prime head, and that becomes the helmet. I wanted to make an Ultra Magnus toy that doesn't rely on having a cab to make the full robot mode. I will make a version of the helmet that is hollow enough to fit the Legacy G1 Optimus Prime, and it will still be the same toy. As you can see, I can remove this helmet because it's on a 5mm port. You flip it, you double hinge it upwards, and then it has this matrix detail. It flips down, and when you have Optimus in there, when the G1 Legacy comes out, you know, the helmet would fit on. You don't need this to be down there for the head to stay on, and then this chest piece still fits onto the chest perfectly, and now you have some nice matrix detail in there. but yeah, the helmet would be on Optimus's head instead. While we're here, let's get into transformation. So first off, you can leave this on or off. In my original G1 Magnus, I always left this on because there's nowhere for me to put it, honestly. But traditionally you'd take it off, so I'll take it off. Also traditionally, this would fit on here like that, and it stays on like that as a little tank. We'll keep this head and chest in this configuration as we go into transformation. So next, what you want to do is just to remove these missile pods. Straighten the waist. Then what we're going to do is flip these up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to hinge this piece all the way up like so. So I didn't want the sliders to be in this toy because sliders don't hold up well in 3D printed toys, and that's why. Let's do the same on the other. So up, and then there's a peg here that tabs into the back of the arms, so just tab that in, and there you have sort of half of this trailer thing extended. You can flip the fists inwards, open this flap, and then hinge it upwards like so. So this was originally tabbed into here, now tab this into here, close it, and there you have one arm done. Same thing goes for the other arm. Just open it at this flap, shift it upwards, and then close it back up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold these inwards exactly like the G1 toy. So this is going to peg into that, and that is going to peg into that. Just like so. And there you have the arms done. So the trailer mode, it's going to look like that, right? So this thing is going to be hinged, and then let's work on the legs. So the legs, it's just really simple as well. So I'll just move the arms out again so it doesn't get into the way. So what you're doing is untab this thing down, this pegs into here, and that stabilizes it in robot mode. Unpeg that, straighten the legs, unpeg that, straighten the legs, rotate it upwards, close this back up, rotate it downwards, close it back up, press on this part, and this closes in, press on this part, and that closes in. This tab goes into here, and that locks the legs in trailer mode. So close this again, like so, and then this closes up like so. So last thing you want to do is you bring this arm down, and these little tabs are going to clip over these little flaps. So this arm piece goes in, and as you can see, these clip on these pegs. Straighten up the elbow a little more, and there you have the Ultra Magnus armor in the trailer mode. As I said before, this comes here as a little tank. Either of the mini bots can man this. Oh, sorry, we've not finished the transformation yet. There's still these two missile pods. Originally with the G1 toy, oh, let's also straighten this part up. So originally with the G1 toy, how this works is because of the slider, this little peg thing will end up here, but because of how our new transformation works, it doesn't. So what we're going to do now is use these little peg holes and then peg these in. Let's peg this missile in, yep. And while it's on, close it back up. Do the same on the other side. So open that, peg it in, and while it's on, close it back up. And there you have the G1 look of the two missiles being in the front of the trailer cab. There's a hinge here with a 5mm peg that flips down, and that's gonna be for sort of the trailer when Legacy G1 Optimus comes out. This is a deluxe Optimus. It's gonna slide in here, it's gonna tab on, and then off they go like that. This doesn't have a 5mm peg port, so you get the gist of how it's gonna work. Turn them around like that, angle these downwards again, and then Bumblebee goes up, goes into the trailer, without a problem. Close it back up. He's locked in there. Like so, you see Bumblebee there. Let's quickly transform Cliffjumper and then transport him as well. In there. Go in there. He can transport himself. There you go. And then let's transform Hot Rod again. And then he goes on the back like that. And then we'll have Optimus dragging them all around. So you can see the wheels do roll. And they do sit a few millimeters lower than the blue piece. So they do actually would roll. So when the hinges for Legacy G1 Optimus are here, when I get the Legacy Optimus, these parts would fold down like so it doesn't really affect how it looks, except for there's an extra 2 5mm ports in there as well. His helmet coincidentally fits blast effects, so that's another play feature going on for Magnus. This piece, as I mentioned before, can still fit in this part and it doesn't really affect the look. As for the helmet, it can just stay in tank formation, just like that. You can see it, that the head is there, but because his face is facing downwards, it doesn't really matter. And the whole Magnus armor can be stored like this. So it's pretty cool, and I'm really happy with how this thing turned out. Again, this was a response to the revealing of G1 Legacy Optimus Prime. And yeah, I can't wait for that to come out, but yeah, this would be such a cool companion piece to the whole set. I've gotten really into G1 Transformers at the moment. Again, especially these two, they've become my favorite G1 toys. So much so that I got a Titan's Return chase. I removed all the paint apps here with isopropyl alcohol and replaced it with a G1 sort of similar sticker to this. I know it's not the same thing, but it's close enough for me. I've painted this part black as well, but I've dyed the inner parts so the ball joint doesn't rub off. I really like this part because this really resembles the G1 transformation of you pulling the thing down, basically. So this would be my take on a Titan's Return missing link Cliffjumper. I'm gonna make a head for this toy that has this silver plate. So it's gonna look like that, basically, with the head upscaled. I'm just really happy with how the paint came off here. I think this looks really clean, so I can't wait to design this G1 Cliffjump head. So I've lit the head up for dramatic effect for the end of the video. I'm just really happy with him. I think he'll be a brilliant companion piece for the Legacy G1 Optimus Prime, and again, which I can't wait to come out. I'm just really happy that I was able to capture sort of the essence of the G1 Ultra Magnus toy. When I posted this toy on Twitter, a lot of people tagged you. I think quite a few on YouTube as well, because of the most recent Missing Link Optimus Prime video. He said something about wanting a Missing Link Ultra Magnus. Well, this sort of is my take on Ultra Magnus. It's not as ratchety and clickety-clackety as the G1 Ultra Magnus, therefore I don't think is as charming, but the whole gimmick of Missing Link is to provide articulation where there wasn't, and I think in that point I've managed to succeed. I will be releasing the files later this week. Everything fits perfectly. I think you're going to need M2 screws for majority of this toy. For some parts you're going to need 1.5mm wall hanging nails, so I got them at Tesco, but you should be able to find them everywhere. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'm really happy that I was able to show this off to you guys. So that's it for now. Stay safe and goodbye.